morning, class.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, visitors. Good morning, classmates.
Sit down.
Thank you po, ma'am.
So good to see you, all of us here this morning. Are you ready for this morning's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you excited?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this morning, we have a debate or an argument for or about a very trending and since unending issue in our country, which is all about crimes and poverty. Before we start, I introduce to you the judges. So we have our Mrs. Evelyn N. Balmori, our EPP and council in charge, teacher 3, Ma'am Balmori is teacher 3. Ma'am Jeanette Porras, teacher 3, our clinic in charge, and our Mrs. LCD Apple, our school principal. So this morning, I will introduce the participants for the debate. For the proposition or for the positive side, we have Christine Bataki, the captain of the debate. Captain gestupa, prepare seat now. Chini Gargaran. Christine Tomali, Swahili Limbon, Regalin Di Ala, and Mr. Hirospan. For the opposition or for the negative side, we have Ninyo Imbang, the captain of the debate. The others, just follow. For your seats now. Pwede Sangian, John Paul Aquino, Jason Batacandolo, Riley Limbon, and Julian Erazo. Now, and our moderator, Jerica Ingana. So I will give now the floor to the moderator of the debate, Jerica Ingana.
To our dear judges, as presented a while ago by our teacher, Mrs. Grace D. Gestupa, participants for these debates and classmates, good morning. The topic of the debate is poverty, the root of all crimes in the country. Shall I first define poverty as the general scarcity or lack of money and position? Money is important, right? Because it is the medium of exchange for all goods and services, while crime is an act against the existing law. The first to present her idea is the first speaker of the proposition, to be followed by the first speaker of opposition. Let us follow the same procedure until all speakers can present their ideas. To our dear judges, to our teacher, Mrs. Grace D. Gestupa, to our opponents, to our classmates, good morning. Poverty has always remained as a critical decision. That's why the government has plans and programs to cater or resolve it. According to the Philippine Star, the Philippine Development Plan or PDP 2011-2015 children than the neighboring countries. Poverty is very visible and becomes the cancer of the nation and its people. One reason for this is a very low rate of employment. So what can one do to feed these children crying because of hunger? Steal, snatch, rob, to acquire money to sustain the basic needs of his family. To our dear judges, to our teacher, Mrs. Grace D. Stupa, to our opponents, to my classmates, good morning. We cannot deny that poverty is a very critical social problem nowadays, and everybody wants to cope with it. We want to live comfortably, acquire or buy things we need and want, eat what we like, and live in a more comfortable house. But if all of these are beyond our reach because of scarcity of resources, still it does not mean that this gives us the privilege or the opportunity to commit crime. My dear opponents, you said that poverty is everywhere. You said that it becomes the cancer of the nation and its people. Didn't you? Don't you know that cancer nowadays can be cured? Therefore, poverty is curable. If you are sick with this, then do not commit suicide. People going it are complete losers and with totally lost hope. Set your goal and find ways to get out from it, and you don't need to commit crimes to solve it. It's easy for you to say those things because you have not looked at it closely. Try to browse on YouTube or watch news on television. Many people die of hunger and many children are malnourished because of lack of nutritional intake. That's why people find whatever means that they can do to keep their loved ones alive, even to the extent of stealing prohibited drugs or even kill people to survive. Crimes are unlawful and inhuman. They don't have to do it. Look at the reality. People nowadays are full of greed, selfish and irrational. They commit crimes because they have their own interests and motives. They just want to gain more power or just a result of bad influence. So do not use poverty to commit crimes. For the past 4 decades, poverty and inequality in the Philippines remains a challenge and seems cannot be resolved. Can't you see? That's why crime rate is getting higher and even get worse. It's because of poverty. Most of the family's income is below poverty line. Parents cannot afford to send their children to college because education nowadays is for sale. Isn't it? So others engage in drug pushing or even landed on prostitution to sustain their studies. But still, their final education is in prison if caught by the authorities. This happens because of poverty. that, government cannot deny that the increase in crime incidents presently happening is simply due to poverty and hardship. It is due to extreme wants or hunger or poor economic reasons. The hungry and homeless Filipino people try to survive even if it means to suppress other people's rights. This because of poverty, because of high level of population growth, moderate economic growth for the past several years, conflicts, natural disasters, and the quality of job generated. Our dear opponents, the government is not sleeping for all that you are murmuring. Don't be obsessed with that kind of ideas. We are now in the hour of awakening. Remember, the winning slogan of the reigning Miss Earth, Angelia Ong. We will because we can. The government has subsidized the hand-to-mouth families through the Pamilyang Filipino Pantawid program. Senior citizens have been receiving monthly pensions, free medical services of the government hospitals and health centers. What else can you ask for? To overcome poverty depends on us. It's all in our hands and never make it an excuse to commit crime. Children cry because their mothers are away from home, working abroad as domestic helpers to support the needs of their families and to send their children to school. Domestic helpers are oftentimes exploited and abused by the employers. Others were killed intentionally, imprisoned and raped. This happened because of poverty caused by employment here in our country. If and only if there are enough job opportunities here in our country, then there will be no more Filipino domestic helpers abroad. No more crimes against our countrymen. Yes, we can say that unemployment is one cause of poverty. Try to ask yourself, why are the jobless people or people who are working hard but receive a very minimum salary or compensation? Because they are not qualified for a more decent job because they lack education and skills. Meaning poverty is within one's control. Taking up education, lands a better job earning higher to address poverty. We are now in a confusing world. Crimes amidst everyone, and sometimes justice is forgotten or paid by the wealthy. Man's agony of poverty is getting worse. Prices of goods and services keep on increasing, but there is only a minimal increase in salary and compensation. So, we will not be surprised if corruption occurs, which worsen poverty and triggers crime rate to increase. How can the government resolve it? The government has always plans and programs for good of its people. We are now in the hour of awakening. Election is coming. If men are not satisfied of governance now, then is there chance to choose good leaders who are true and decisive to pursue reform in the government. Help his countrymen fight poverty and crime. Thank you for presenting your ideas, participants of both sides. Shall we give a chance to each group to clarify, justify things about the topic, poverty, the root of all crimes in the country? I would like to call our opponent speaker number 1 to answer my question. Why do you believe that poverty is not the cause of all crimes here in our country? I believe that poverty is not a cause of all crimes here in our country because other people commit crimes to gain more power and just bad influence. And if you will strive hard and believe yourself, you can surely get out from poverty and you don't need to commit crime. My dear opponent, why did you say that poverty is a cause of all crimes here in our country? My opponent, don't you watch news on television? Have you not heard or see it? All crimes are because of poverty. It's very visible and becomes the cancer of the nation and its people. My dear opponent, don't you know that cancer nowadays can be cured? Therefore, poverty is curable. Another question. I would like to call my opponent number 3 to answer my question. Why did you say that poverty and inequality in this country remains a challenge and shifts that cannot be resolved? Because crime rate is getting higher and even gets worse. Some more questions. I would like to call our opponent speaker number 4 to answer my question. Give me some government program that support the low-income Filipinos so that they can survive poverty. The government supports the hand-to-mouth families through the Pamilyang Pilipino Pantawid program. Senior citizens have been receiving monthly pensions, free medical services of the government hospitals and health centers, free education in the public schools. I would like to call my opponent speaker number 5. Why are the jobless people or people who are working hard but receive a very minimum salary or compensation? Because they are not qualified for a more decent job because they lack education and skills. Dear judges and spectators, we have heard a battle of reasons and arguments as to what are true over this issue, that poverty is the root of all crimes here in our country. It is for all us who are here to decide after thinking, analyzing, and weighing over the different ideas, speculation in some facts presented. It's up for you to decide if to what group you will stand. This is enough for this morning. Once again, thank you for the judges and to everybody here.
So we have here different ideas presented by both sides. May I ask now the group. You can go back to your seats. Thank you, participants. What have you learned on the debate? Do you learn something? Have you learned something or some ideas? Yes?
I learned that poverty can cause crime.
Somebody said that he learned that poverty causes crime. Another idea or another answer.
I learned that other crimes are not caused by.
Okay, say it again clearly.
I learned that other crimes are not caused by.
So he said that other crimes are not caused by poverty, as that's what he heard a while ago. Another idea or another answer, yes?
If a person nothing to eat or very hungry and he has no no money because he has no job, he can do a crime.
Very good. If a person is really hungry, he has no money because he has no job. According to her in jail, he has no choice than to steal. Is it here? To steal or to rob, that's all. So who can enumerate some crimes happening in our country nowadays? Yes?
Some people say prohibited drugs, steal snacks, and kill other persons.
Sharing said that others, there are many crimes happening in our country today. She said that people or other people sells drugs. What else? Sells drugs, steal, or tapos it, sharing, just to have resources for their basic needs. Some more. Can you still give other crimes happening in our country? Anybody? Do you know other crimes? Or can you tell the class other crimes happening in our country today? Yes, Jerry? Jerry. Robbery. One is, according to Jerry, is robbery. Some more. There are so many, right? One more.
Hold up.
So hold up. Why do you think people do it, John Paul?
Because they have not because they have many money.
Because they have many money, so they will do hold up, John Paul. Because they have no because they have no
Money.
so they will just do it because they have no money. I'm sure there are other ways to find resources. Can you cite an example? Other ways than doing it. Can you cite an example? Can you cite an example? Give other ways to find money or to find resources than doing those crimes as you have said. What else you can do to have money to buy for your needs or for your food? Anybody? John Paul. What are other resources you know so that you can have money? Snatching? Is that all? You will just snatch the food so that you can have money or resources? Why don't you want? What are your parents doing to have money to support you? Is that all?
Working po.
Working, yes. Your parents work. You are not doing robbery to sustain you. Right? So how did the proposition connect poverty to crime? How did the proposition or the positive side connect poverty to crime?
I believe that poverty is the cause of all crimes in our country. Because if I have no job, therefore we will have no money. What will we do if we are hungry or sick? We don't want to die, so other people do snatching, hold up, or kidnapping. So those are crimes because of poverty.
So because of those reasons, so it's according to the proposition, whom do you agree with? To the positive side or to the negative side? Who's here? Who did it yes? Gary?
I will be in the negative side because I don't believe that poverty is the cause of all crimes in our country because most of the poor people strive or work hard to keep their living without community crime.
Yes, very good. According to Jerry, not all crimes here in our country is caused by or are caused by poverty. Other people do not do it. They what? They are doing what? They just what? What is your parent, Jason, doing to support you?
Working very hard.
Yes, according to Jason, his parents are working very hard to support your basic needs. So that's all for this morning. I thank you for the judges and for everybody who is here to witness this debate or argumentation. Shall we hear some comments from our judges? From our school principal, Ma'am Elsie.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ma'am Grace. And thank you, Magin, sa mga bata. Congratulations to all of you for your very good debate this morning. So you have heard the affirmative and the negative side. Both of you are very good debaters. So I have seen that in your questioning portion, you ask your opponent on the HATS questions, wherein you ask the why. So your opponent can think deeper of their answers. So congratulations to all of you and to Ma'am Grace for facilitating this debate. Thank you very much, Ma'am Grace.